let's start. Now, Shazan and Ria, tell me, what is this part?
It is ventricle.
Then what is this?
Sorry.
See, atrium is receiving chamber.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Ventricle is pumping chamber.
Pumping chamber.
So, what is this?
From atrium?
Yes, atrium. Which atrium?
Left atrium.
Left atrium. And what about this?
Ma'am, it is left ventricle.
Then what about this?
Which one?
This one.
Ma'am, it is right atrium.
Okay. And this?
Ma'am, left ventricle. Right ventricle, sorry.
Right. Okay. Now, let's see. What about this one?
Okay. Ma'am, from there, ma'am, deoxygenated blood is going now.
Yes. Deoxygenated blood is going. First, let's talk about this one.
Okay,
Here,
ma'am.
deoxygenated blood is coming in, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, which blood vessels carry deoxygenated blood? Ria? One minute. Ria will tell. Ria?
Yes, ma'am.
Which blood vessels carry deoxygenated blood? Is it artery or is it vein?
Ma'am, veins.
Yes, vein. So, which vein is it? Name of the vein? Tell me.
Ma'am, is it pulmonary veins?
No, I am talking. This vein is carrying deoxygenated blood from all parts of body back to the what? Right atrium. Which vein is it?
Atrium.
It is vena cava.
Okay, ma'am.
Then what about this one? Tell me, Shazan.
Ma'am, which one can
This one.
Ma'am, that one is
This carries oxygenated
Oxygenated
blood
blood.
from part that is left ventricle to all parts of the body.
okay.
Which artery?
Ma'am, it is this one. No, I don't know. One I forgot.
Aorta. Okay, aorta. Now there was exception, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the exception was in this case and in this case. Usually in this case, right, the veins carry deoxygenated blood, but here it will be what? Artery. Which artery will carry? Pulmonary artery will carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. And in this case, here, vein is there, not artery. Exception here. The vein is carrying oxygenated blood from lungs, okay, from lungs to the left atrium. Which vein? Pulmonary vein. Okay, got it, Ria and Shazan?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
what is this? This is bicuspid valve, and this is what? Tricuspid valve. And what is this? Because here we have aorta, right? Here we have aorta. So this is what we call as aortic valve. And here this is pulmonary artery, right? So this is what we call as pulmonary valve. Okay? Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
So these are the figures. After studying about the blood pressure, I will rub this, then ask you guys again. Okay, you have to name all the parts. Now let's see how why the heart beats. Okay, the first thing is these are the atrium, right? This left atrium and right atrium. When it receives blood, what happens? The atrium condition will be what? Atrium will be in relaxed state so that the blood can come in. Okay, so this is called as auricular diastole. Diastole meaning relaxation.
Okay.
Then this blood, here you see, where is that? See this? Now blood has come here and here, okay? Atrium are in relaxation state. The ventricle, the blood should go inside, right? Inside the ventricle. That time what will happen? This atrium will contract. Both the atrium will be contracting. That time what will happen? The valve, bicuspid valve and tricuspid valve, it will open. So blood will flow inside the ventricles. Okay. So this condition will be known as auricular systole or contraction. At that time, the ventricle will be in relaxed state. So ventricle condition will be what? Ventricular diastole. Okay, got it? The atriums are contracting. That time the ventricle are in relaxed state.
Okay, so I'm reading my sleeper question.
Yeah. So the atrium are going through contraction. So that is called as auricular systole. and the ventricle are in relaxed condition. So it is called as ventricular diastole. Okay, here the blood will flow from right atrium to right ventricle. Okay, and left atrium to left ventricle. After that, what will happen? The next thing is the ventricle will contract, because from the ventricle the blood should go to the aorta, and here in this case right ventricle, the blood should go to the pulmonary artery. Okay, so in this case the bicuspid valve and tricuspid valve will be closing, so the blood should not flow backward back to the atrium, so it will close. Okay, but here the aortic valve and pulmonary valve will open. The ventricle will both the ventricle will, what will happen? Contract. Okay, so that condition will tell as ventricular what? Contraction systole. This pulmonary valve and aortic valve will open, so the blood will go. So blood flow from right ventricle to lungs, left ventricle to the body. This contraction and relaxation causes heartbeat. Okay, so what is happening here? First, atrium is in relaxed state. The blood is coming inside. At that time, that condition will be known as auricular diastole, relaxation. And next, after the blood comes in, the atrium will contract. So the blood should go to the ventricle, right? So bicuspid valve and tricuspid valve will open. Got it? And there will be blood flow from right atrium to right ventricle and left atrium to left ventricle. Next, after going inside the ventricle, then the ventricle will contract. So blood will move to the pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, and aortic valve. Right ventricle to lungs and left ventricles to body. So like right ventricle to lungs, it is what? Which blood? Deoxygenated blood. And right ventricle to the body, all parts of the body, it is oxygenated blood. And here from right atrium to right ventricle, it is deoxygenated blood. And here right atrium to left atrium to left ventricle, it is
Oxygenated blood.
Okay, these are. Next, we will see blood pressure. So the pressure at which the blood is pumped against the wall of vessel is called what? Blood pressure. The blood pressure is much greater in arteries. That's why it is thicker. And pressure of blood inside the artery during ventricular systole or contraction phase is called systolic pressure. The pressure of the blood in artery during ventricular diastole relaxation phase is called diastolic pressure. So the normal systolic pressure is about what? 120 millimeter of Sg mercury, and diastolic pressure is about 80 millimeter of Sg mercury. Okay, so we always write like this: blood pressure. This is BP. Systolic pressure. Blood pressure is what? Systolic pressure divided by diastolic pressure. Both are ventricular. Okay, pressure of the ventricles are measured. So ratio of systole pressure to diastole pressure is our blood pressure, and it is measured by sphygmomanometer. High blood pressure is known as hypertension. It will cause contraction of the arterioles, that is smaller form of the arteries. And this what will happen in this case? It results in resistance to the flow of blood, which will lead to rupture of artery and causes internal bleeding. Have you measured? How does the doctor measure our blood pressure? They put some device,
one device,
right, in your arm, and they put that sound stethoscope, right, in their ear, and they measure. Okay, when the starting, what will happen? It will pull. The pressure will increase. Okay, that time, yeah, that time this systolic pressure will be measured. Then first it will be contraction. Okay, next it will be in relaxed condition. Okay, that is what we call as diastole pressure. So this sound device, right, it will see how much when measuring, right, when arteries are closed, when there is pressure, right, so this blood will not flow to the artery. It will make some kind of noise. Okay, and so this hearing device, right? The doctor can see through this. Okay, hear through this. And next, after they make it as a relaxation state, that time the voice will be indifferent. Okay, so the voice will be measured. Nowadays, this device is not used, only simple. They put finger and they measure it. It is much simpler.
Okay. Ma'am, but that finger, ma'am, when they put, how do they measure with the help of that?
I don't, some devices is there.
Oh, ma'am, they put it, you mean they put it on finger that?
Uh,
Oh.
So one cycle of contraction and relaxation is called what? It constitutes the cardiac cycle.
Okay.
Cycle. So what are the circulatory disorders? First is atherosclerosis. That means in this case, what will happen here is fat, right? Fat will be accumulated. That means fat will be there, okay, in the arteries. In heart attack, what will happen?
When the heart stops beating, maybe?
Yeah, that is heart attack. And this arteriosclerosis, this one, what will happen in this case? Arteries will harden, okay? So blood flow, normal blood flow will not happen. In angina, what will happen in this condition? Any guess?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, can you give some hint?
What?
Ma'am, can you give some hint what it is related to?
In this case, what will happen is chest, leg. The pain will start from chest, then leg, then hands. It will pain, okay? Because the blood flow, right? It is not
Yes.
proper. In
Okay.
case of angina, okay? So everything, disorders are related to the circulatory system. Then average number of heartbeats of a person is 70 to 72 per minute.
Okay, ma'am.
But during the physical exercise, when person are excited, that time,
Ma'am, it goes more than 120 or 150.
yeah, that time the heartbeat will increase.
Ma'am, what is the maximum it can go to?
I have heard about this 104.
What, ma'am?
104.
Ma'am, 104.
Hmm.
No, ma'am, it goes more than that.
More than that.
Yes, ma'am.
This one. Maybe during the fever time also, they'll measure the heartbeat, right? If it is more, then what will happen? They'll go to doctor
Okay.
and they will check temperature also, right? More than 37, then it means we are having fever. 39 is very extreme things. Directly to the hospital you have to go. Before that, we have to go to this one. Now, I will erase this, okay? Ria and Shazan,
Yes, ma'am.
I'll erase this. Who will go first? Who will go first? Okay, we'll go with Ria. Ria, start. We'll complete this, then we'll go to the transport in plants. It is very short topic, okay? After that, we'll complete this transportation and we will go for the excretion. And we have many assignments left. In the next class, we will do assignment, okay? Tomorrow.
Ma'am, do I say one part?
What?
Do I tell one part or do I tell all the parts?
All parts you have to name. Then Shazan will name. Start.
Ma'am,
What?
the left arteries.
Atrium. Artery is different. Atrium. Artery is blood vessel. Atrium is heart chamber. Okay.
Okay.
Receiving chamber. Blood receiving chamber. Okay. This is left atrium. Next. What is this?
Ventricle.
Okay. Then what is this?
Ma'am, right artery.
Right atrium.
Right atrium. And that is right ventricle.
Okay. These all are simple. Now let's go to this one. What is this?
I forgot the name.
Hmm.
I forgot the name.
Ma'am, is it vein?
With V.
Ma'am, I know Vera. I don't know after that.
VC. At least that you could guess, right? VC.
Yes.
Ma'am, the C is for
Vena cava.
Okay.
VC. Okay, vena cava. VC. Vena cava.
Okay.
Then this one. What is this?
Atrium.
What? Atrium. This is atrium. This is atrium.
No, ma'am, I'm thinking 1 second.
Soon.
I don't know. Ma'am,
Soon. Okay, what you know? At least that tell me. What about this one?
ma'am, PA pulmonary artery.
Okay. And what about this?
Ma'am, pulmonary veins.
Okay. Can you name valve?
Ma'am, I can try.
Okay, what is this then? Which valve is it?
Ma'am, I think bicuspid valve.
Yes, I valve. BV. Then what about this?
Ma'am, tricuspid.
Okay, TV. Now tell me, what about this valve? Forgot. And this valve?
Ma'am, that's pulmonary valve.
Okay. Only one word I think you forgot. That is aorta. This is aortic valve.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Everything you have named. Now, a diagram you know, right? Heart diagram. By heart you know, right? Now.
Yes, ma'am.
So in exam comes you have to draw properly. Okay. Everything. Now next Shazan.
Okay.
Start.
No, left ventricle. Left atrium.
This.
Left ventricle.
This.
Right atrium.
This.
Left ventricle. Right ventricle.
This.
Which one, ma'am? Ma'am, it is where wait.
Yes. Tell me. What did you tell now?
The C, the C one I remember, but V.
No, you are telling correctly. Tell me again. VC. What is that?
Vera Kava.
Vena cava.
Oh, okay.
Then what is this?
Pulmonary artery.
This.
Pulmonary vein.
This.
That one. I don't know.
Everyone is forgetting this one only. Aorta.
Okay.
Then what about this? No. First we'll do with this.
Ma'am, this one, ma'am, it was something like.
Valve. What?
Yeah,
valve?
valve, but what word that, ma'am? It starts with B. And no, I cannot
Bicuspid.
even pronounce it.
Bicuspid
Okay, bicuspid.
valve. BP. DV. Sorry, DV. Bicuspid. And then this.
No, it was tricuspid one.
TV. BV. Then
Okay.
what about this one? Come on, very easy.
Wait, I know the answer.
This one.
No, tell, I don't know.
This
Why
is
have-
pulmonary valve.
It's in my mind, but I'm not, I don't know why I'm not saying.
This one. You can
No.
see this figure also and tell me.
Ma'am, I know the answer, but I don't know how I don't know.
This one is aortic.
Okay. This is,
Okay.
it was a valve.
Done. All this is done. Now let's see. Okay, one more thing is there. Lymph. It is another type of fluid in our body. It is also involved in transportation. Now there are intercellular spaces, right, in our cells. See, what is intercellular spaces? This is cell. This is cell. This spaces is called as what? Intercellular spaces. Okay. Now, when plasma, protein and blood cell escape into the intercellular spaces in the tissues, what will happen? Through the pores of the capillaries. From the capillaries only all this plasma, proteins and blood cells will escape into the intercellular spaces. Okay. That time, what will be formed? Lymph. Lymph is similar to plasma of blood, but it is colorless and it contains less protein. Lymph from the intercellular space drains into lymphatic capillaries, which further join into large lymph vessel that finally opens into larger vein. So the lymph will be formed in the intercellular space, and after that it will go to the lymphatic capillaries, and from there it will go to the large lymph vessel, and then it will go to the vein. This is the process of this lymph, how lymph are made and how they get into the vein. So what is the function of lymph? It involves transportation of substance where blood vessels do not reach. Wherever the blood vessel is not reaching, right, that time the lymph will be involved. It carries digested and absorbed fat from intestine and drains excess fluid from the extracellular spaces back into the blood. Excess fluid also they will put it back into the blood. Okay, it maintains the balance between tissue fluid and blood. Lymph nodes produce WBC that prevent infection. So these are the function of the lymph. Next, transportation in plants. Plants don't have that what do we call heart or lungs. Okay. Here, what do we have for transport? We have two tissues. Okay. Xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Xylem, it will transport water and mineral, and phloem, it will transport food and other substances. This transport of food is known as translocation. Okay, xylem, how will it transfer? The roots and the stems and the leaves. What do they will be having? They will be having interconnected tissues. They will be connected to all. The roots, stems, and leaves, they will be having vessels and tracheas. That is xylem. Okay, they will be interconnected. So the water can move from roots to stems to the leaves in one way. Okay, the movement of the water to the xylem tissue is only unidirectional. Okay, and it moves through what? Diffusion. And one more thing, there is one more movement also. Because in the soil, if the water in the soil is more, roots will be having less soil. Okay, so it will create what? Concentration gradient. So the water from the soil will move to the root. Okay, so this flow, right, will be continuous. And there is another. This will create pressure, and it will move on. This water will move on. Root pressure it will create, and it will go till the leaves. And one more thing is there, that is transpiration. What is transpiration? Transpiration.
It is the process by which plants, ma'am, they remove the excess water.
In the form of vapor.
Yes,
That is very important. In the form of vapor. So when the water is removed, okay, what will happen? There will be loss of water. So there will be suction force created. That is called transpirational pull or transpiration pull, and the water will move upward. Okay, so we have here, what is its advantage? It helps in the absorption and upward movement of water and mineral dissolved from roots to the leaves. It helps in regulation of temperature. It maintains constant supply of iron to the leaves. It removes excess water from the plant. Okay, one more thing, loss of water happens through which? Stomata. Okay, stomata will be containing what? Guard cell. So from here only there will be loss of water. Okay, stomatal pore. One more thing, effect of root pressure in transport of water is more important at night. During daytime, when the stomata are open, the transpiration pull becomes the major driving force in movement of water in xylem. During day, transpiration is used, okay, for the movement of water. And during night, root pressure is used, that is diffusion. Okay, both the things are happening, but mostly in the daytime, stomata are used, that is transpiration is used. Now, transport of food. Transport of food is called as what? Translocation.
Okay.
This phloem, right? In the xylem case, there was only upward movement of water. In the case of phloem, the movement would be upward and downward with the help of energy. Okay. Here the transport is what? Active transport. In the case of xylem, it was passive transport. There was no requirement of energy. So phloem will be having sleeve tube and companion cell, right? Companion cell. Both will help. So sucrose, right? Transport of sucrose, how will it happen? From the phloem tissue, the ATP will be given. Okay. There will be transfer of material. That is sucrose. We are talking about sucrose here.
Okay, ma'am.
When it will move, right? What will happen? The osmotic pressure will increase, and the material will move. No, the material will move from one part of the body, that is from one cell to the next. Wherever the pressure is less, it will go. And this will allow the plant to move according to the plant's need. So, for example, in the spring, right, the buds, they will require what? Energy. That time, the sugar in the roots and the stem, it will go to the buds through the transport, active transport. In case of active transport, right, whatever substance or material, here, if it is in less, there is less material here, okay, in this cell, less material. here more material or substance. So the movement from here to here with the help of energy ATP is called active. I'll write this here in different color. Active transport. Okay, got it.
Yes,
Hmm?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it is opposite of the passive transport from
Okay.
high concentration to low concentration. In the case of this active transport, what will happen? From the low concentration to high concentration. Movement of material from low concentration to high concentration with the help of energy. Okay, got it? Everyone got it? Priya and Sarzan?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Tomorrow we have to do assignments. Which assignment we have completed? A1, A2, and A3, right? Ria, Shazan, last time I gave you the 9th question, right? Have you completed that?
No, I forgot.
Ria
What
also
is
didn't
it?
do that question. You have written notes, right? Okay, in tomorrow's class, assignment class, I'll check. Okay?
Okay,
Shazan, don't forget to do that question, okay? It's
okay.
very important.
Ma'am, it was of which assignment? Paper code.
It was of, I think, A3.
Okay, ma'am.
A3. Tomorrow we'll do A4, A5, and if possible, A6. Okay? Okay, thank you guys. See you in next class. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Shazandria.
Good evening, ma'am.